Hello? Okay. Um, can you guys hear me? You should be able to hear me. So we are live. Here we go. How are we all doing? Yes, sir. We are live here in Formula 7 Racing 41. We are into it. This is it, the final race of the evening. We've had a few issues throughout the day, but nothing that we've not seen before. But with that, I'm just going to do a quick audio check, make sure that it sounds okay. Okay, guys. What's up, Pele? What's going on? So, Abaddon 4 is on the track. Let me know what the audio is like for the game as well. If it's too low, I'll turn it up. I've tried to turn it down to, well, turn everything down so it sounds a little bit better. Horizon is on a lap. The Haas driver. You've got Ausbill as well in the Red Bull, but it's going to be Horizon that comes to the line first, the Haas driver. And it is a 1:15.1. Deadly's already set a 1:14.2 and back into the pit lane. But yeah, please let me know in the chat, guys, if the game volume needs to turn up because I can't hear it. So Edward in the McLaren is out on track. We've got 18 drivers on the grid. There's a couple that haven't turned up. I'm trying to figure out who it is. I know the Ferrari Stelios hasn't turned up. Yeah, salute. I don't care, mate. Innit? Yeah. Why do you have to say stuff like that? Like. I know the mic. I've literally just bought it. It's brand new. I've had issues all day. I'm just trying to sort it out. I'm not talking about the mic. I'm talking about the game audio. Is it loud enough? CJ in the Aston Martin is on a lap. So, what can he do? Yeah, Tier 3 was a bit. No, Tier 3 was great, actually. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Tier 3 was great this morning. It was a good race. Yeah, cheers, Bruce. Hopefully the game audio is okay now, but we'll get it sorted. It's so stressful, honestly. Like, I don't move every single Sunday. I do not move from the bedroom. I'm just all day league stuff all day. And sometimes when you watch a bad race, it sort of gets to you. And I've got this mic that I've just spent a lot of money on that's crap, and I need to go and sort it out. So yes, CJ is up to P4. So OTJ, I'll call him. It is his debut, and Ivan, the Croatian driver, it's also his debut. So we'll ride on board with OTJ and see what he can do whilst I just quickly check the audio and see what Salute's going on about. OTJ and see what he can do whilst I just quickly check the audio and see what Salute's going on about. It's actually really annoying because it's a brand new mic that I bought on Thursday as well, but it does sound great. So the McLaren driver of OTJ coming down towards the line. I don't even know how you would say that. OT Jinxo or something like that. 1:15.2 for him and a 1:15.2 for Ivan. So the Croatian very closely matched with the McLaren driver, P4 and P5. And then you've got Epic OJ in the Sauber. And you've also got an Aston Martin driver just on his way into the pit lane. But it will be OJ next to the line. Honestly, it's been a really stressful day of racing today, and I don't know why. Epic OJ down to the checkered flag. And it's fast. It's the 1:14.213, 2/100ths quicker than Deadly. And then we do have the House of Ivan. He's on his way into the pit lane. You've got Sander in the Ferrari. He's going to be next as he comes around Ravazza. What's he going to be able to do? Here we go. So heading in towards the line, and it is fastest, the 1:14.133. So it's heating up here in Q1. Abaddon 4 in the Alpine. He's invalidated it, so he's not going to be able to improve. You've got Mirko, Fanfinis, and Gale all on outlap. So we'll ride on board with Fanfinis, see what the Mercedes driver can do. Can he find something? We shall see. So yeah, I know there's a couple of drivers that wanted to race, but I've tried tagging them, and it is what it is. Sometimes it's quite hard to get a seat in Tier 1 as well, so the Mercedes driver of Fanfinis, and he is slightly down, well, 4/1000ths of a second down on the pole position time through Sector 1. Interesting. So he's really close through Sector 1, is the Dutchman. He's looking very fiery here. don't know, Formula Right. I mean, I know you've got stuff going on, so it's not as stressful as that. Oh, Merkel's out! Merkel's crashed it through Tamburello, and the championship contender of Merkel is out here in Imola, and he will exit in Q1. Incredible scenes. The man that has been fighting for pole position and fighting for victories since the start of the season is out here in Imola. Fanfurness will come to the line. He goes P4, a 1:14.3. You've got B right in the Racing Bull, another couple of drivers. Cars is on an outlap. Gale in the Alpine, just coming down towards turn 11 and 12 at Varante Alta. And then out of turn 12 down towards Ravazza. And the Alpine man, it went fastest overall in sector 1, as you can see. But it's Sander that is fastest in the other sectors. Here comes the Alpine towards the checkered flag. Only 2 drivers will be eliminated now, and one of them won't be Gale with that lap. 7 minutes to go. Be right in the Racing Bull. Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull is also out. Reese in the Racing Bull. Right behind that McLaren in front of him, but it's going to be right to the line first. And he is slightly down throughout sector 1 and 2 to the pole position. Well, it's not pole position, fastest time. So as we head in towards Ravazza, on board with the Racing Bull driver. Big shout out to B Right, actually. He spent 2 hours with me on Thursday night, I think it might have been. And it was up to like 2 a.m. and he was trying to help me and get me the right settings for my wheel and telling me to switch to manual gears and helping me, giving me lines and a setup and which battery to where the battery to use and all that sort of stuff. So big shout out to him. Ryan Clemenson, cars goes fastest in the Sauber, 1:14.0 for the Dutchman. Ryan Clemenson peels off into the pit lane. Restye has abandoned his lap, and a bad on 4 starts his lap. Yeah, Turtle Beach, £80 as well. I'm gonna Adam A Fixter is gonna send me a few to get because I need one that's just crystal clear, especially because a lot of mics get fuzzy when you shout, and I shout a lot, especially when it comes to racing. I get excited and I get a bit carried away, you know. So I need a decent one. So having a look at the speed traps at the moment, the Aston Martin driver of Deadly is the fastest through the speed trap. Then Edward, sorry, CJ, then Edward, then Deadly. The 2 Aston Martin drivers carrying a lot of straight line speed here as we go down in towards Aqua Minerale. And then back up the hill. That's a good line from the Alpine driver. Beautiful stuff from him. Let's have a look at the weather. What's it looking like? Just light cloud at the moment. Be right. A warning going into the pit lane. And the eliminated drivers will bring it up in the top right. Why not? There you go. So at the moment, it is Merkel that will start P18. And he will be the first driver out as you ride on board with a bad on 4 out of turn 15 to the line. And it's P10 for a bad on 4. That is not a bad lap to get him through. OT, Jinkto, and Ivan still need to improve their laps. Only 2 drivers will go out, but you've got a former world champion of restart being one of them as he comes in towards Ravazza. He's gone green sector 2. Here we go. A little snap out of turn 15. Held onto it beautifully to the line. And it's fastest, a 1:13.9, the first 13 of the day. And Restart puts it well and truly on pole position here in Imola. Why do I keep saying pole position? It's not pole position. I do apologise. Fastest in Q1. So Ryan Clemenson, you've got TDR Horizon in the Haas is also going to try and improve. The graph turned in on me, turned into me. I can imagine. Yeah, Prince, I'll have a look at them, mate. So TDR Horizon through Aqua Minerale. It was nice through there for the Haas driver. And he knows the esports scene inside and out, does Horizon. He's raced on every circuit for every single team. This man is no stranger to a racetrack or two as we go down in towards Ravazza. And that was a really nice line through there for the Haas driver. That was picture perfect as he comes up towards the checkered flag. It's a 1:14.5 and it is half a second up and he's up to P9. That should comfortably get him through. OT Jinto in the McLaren. I'm just, you know what, actually, because when I'm rallying them off, or, you know what I mean, like bang, 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 I want to be able to say the name quickly, so I'm just going to go Jinto and Ivan. Jinto. There we go, Jinto. Boom. Sanders retired, calls it a day in Q1. Ivan, the Croatian, coming out of turn 15 to the checkered flag. We go. And the house driver puts it P11. Is that going to be enough to get him into Q2? What about Jinto in the Papaya as he comes in towards Ravazza as well at turn 14? Would he make a prediction? And Jinto goes up to P12 and just behind Ivan. That's not bad at all. Gale is retired. He knows he's pretty comfortable now. Ryan Clemenson, P9 for the Red Bull. This is so competitive. Every driver, barring two, are in the 114s. That is remarkable. This is what we're talking about. Tier 1 is starting to heat up. We still have two race heats as well if anybody did want to jump in and race. I know there's a few drivers in Tier 1 that actually wanted to race, but they've not turned up. CJ is on the brink of elimination, the Aston Martin driver, and we'll see what he can do. Pulse looks we can't, maybe next week. Right, that's fine. Pulse looks we can't race. So we're on board with CJ. Need to have a look at my incident. I'll have a look at it. Where have you sent it? Oh, CJ's invalidated it. Has he got enough fuels to go again? I'm not sure he has. Asbill is on his way out, the Red Bull driver. I tell you what, fair play to Asbill. He's got moved up from tier 2 because he was dominating. Tier 2's then got miles quicker. However, the tier 2 pole time, Asbill would have already beat it, wouldn't he? At 1:14.7, that would have beat the pole position time in tier 2, would it? I don't know. Anyway, he's gone up to tier 1 and he's been battling through every single race. So fair play to him because it is really difficult. I did it in tier 2 last season. I was at the back of every single race, but I just got on with it. I tried to get anything out of it, but sometimes you can't. And he just cracks on with it, does Asbill. Fair play to him. And he tries to improve. He is only a 10th down, but he's green sector 1. So that's his fastest sector 1 time. And he's only a 10th down off Reese's time through sector 1. So let's stay on board with the American driver. We've already had one American win today here in tier 4. 13th. No, 14th. Oh, 14-3. Okay, right, fair enough, yeah. Ryan Clemenson calls it a day, but it is going to be as-built. You've got a McLaren of Edward just starting his lap 5 seconds to go. There might be a Haas driver that just misses the line. Ivan to the line. He makes it. He goes up to P8. That means CJ is on the brink of elimination. Here comes a bad on 4 in the Alpine. Has he done enough? He has. He's gone P2. Of course he's done enough. CJ, what about the Red Bull of Asbill? Asbill goes P13. Jinto is on the brink of elimination. It's CJ and Edward. Can the McLaren knock out his teammate, or will it be the Aston Martin driver as he comes down towards Aqua Minerale after leaving Piratella? And then slightly uphill, the elevations around Imola are brilliant. Yeah, I know it does, Bjorn. It's doing my head in. You know what? And I can't even change it. Oh, he's invalidated it. Edward has invalidated it. That is it. Sorry, CJ's invalidated it. So it's all on Edward now. And Jeffy Boy, I think Jeffy Boy might have crashed. No, he's not. Cheers for the follow, Zach. Edward in towards Ravazza, and it's all on the McLaren. Whether he goes through or it's Jeffy Boy that goes out, Jinto did improve. And Edward to the line, and it's only P16. And Edward is out here in Imola. Yeah, I will see what I can do. I've genuinely not even got another mic. This is really annoying. I need to just buy a streaming one, don't I? Is it really bad? Does it sound really bad, the mic? It's so annoying. What did I use last week? I can't remember what I used last week as the mic. I wouldn't even, it's so annoying this as well because it's brand new and I've just bought it. So that is it. Edward, CJ, and Mirko. Yes, you heard that right. Mirko is out. Oh, really? Yeah, it's so annoying, honestly. So there you have it. Reese is fastest in Q1. I do need to write these stats down, so just bear with me. So Reese is fastest in Q1. Oh, why is it not doing it? Oh, you are kidding, right? Oh, that is so annoying. It's put me. I was testing it out before the race, and it's put me in a session. Yeah, I was testing it out before the race, um, and it's put it onto the session already. Do you know what I mean? Like it's put two people in the race as if we've already raced, which is really, really frustrating. Um, so I need to delete that. Delete this session. No, there we go. There was an error with the database. Oh, come on. You are kidding me. I can't deal with any more stress today. I really can't. God, I really can't deal with any more stress today. Right, Q1. Oh, it's got it. It's got it. It's got it. Thank God for that. Right. So it was Reese, weren't it, that was on pole. I've had on four cars. Epic Gorgeous, Sander Deadly, Gailey, Confidence, Ivan. The rate. Who was in the racing bull? Oh, B, right. It doesn't catch B, that's name for some reason. Oh, OG, Tinto, and Sterling. Who was in the Red Bull? That was Asbill, Jeffrey Boy Edwards, CJ, and Merkel. Right, brilliant. Got it. Oh, God. Sorry, let me just go and get some water. My mouth's so dry. I do apologise. I'm all over the place today. So we move in to Q2, and the biggest shock already is that Mirko is out in Q1. Nobody expected that. So interesting stuff. A lot of the drivers are back out on track. The weather says it's going from light clouds to overcast. Are we going to see rain in this race? So Jeffrey Boy is going to be the first driver out on track to set a lap. So let's see what he can do. We're riding on board with the Williams driver of Jeffrey Boys. He uses that DRS. No, not got any rain, says CJ. So through Tamburello and down towards Varante Villeneuve. And that was decent from Jeffy. You can tell how much he's pushing, though, can't you? He really is pushing. Out of Tosa at turn 7 up towards Piratella as we go up the hill. Yeah, Mirko, go bidding for that driver of the day. I know what you're doing. Sorry, I also just want to check something as well. Oh no, I can't. I can't use any of that.
Max, what happened?
No, he's just unfair. I'm leading, he wants to pass, he pushed me, I push him back, and after he pushed me off the track. It's not fair.
Thank you, Max. Charles. What happened with Max?
Nothing, just an incident on the race.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
No, sorry.
Max, what happened?
I was just testing some. It's not supposed to do that. It's supposed to come up. It's supposed to come up like the actual image and stuff. But we'll sort that out another time. Anyway, yeah, Reese in the Racing Bull, a 1:13.943, has the exact same time as Sander at 1:13.943. They are split by 0.01 of a second. Beyond, I will refund them as soon as the race is done. Don't worry. That is remarkable. So the Ferrari and the Racing Bull, nothing to separate them. Cars in the Sauber.
Max, what happened?
No, he's just unfair.
People will start getting annoyed.
I'm leading, he wants to pass, he pushed me, I push him back, and after he pushed me off the track. It's not fair, right?
Thank you, Max. Charles. What happened with Max?
Nothing, just an incident on the race.
It's the one and only Digo Double G.
No, sorry, I muted it, Bjorn. Sorry, that was me. I muted it to check it wasn't too loud for people trying to watch the race. Epic OJ in at the Alpine, coming down in towards Varante Alta at turn 11 and 12. And the Sauber driver. So be right into the pit lane. He's currently sitting at P10 with a 1:15.007. I'm sure he'll be looking for some more pace. So the Sauber to the line to start his flying lap. We're right on board. His teammate currently sitting in P3. He's been doing really well. I would save your points because I am updating them so they actually pop up with the actual GIF of that sound. I did have it all set up, but it's reset when I reset it back up. So the Sauber driver of Epic OJ down in towards Tulsa at turn 7. Let's get the timing boards up. So Epic OJ through Aqua Minerale and up towards Varante Alta, and he backs out. Just under 9 minutes to go, and he's backed out of his lap. So the Sauber driver is not going to improve. And there is a Mercedes driver. That is Fanfinus, who was looking very speedy in that Q1. He's going to be looking at improving as he comes out of turn 15, ready to go. I know, right? Don't worry, I will mute him before the race starts. So down the pitch straight we go. You can see all the billboards. Big shout out to Salute as always for sorting out the billboards for the track. As we can see, all our sponsors and Rock Solid Rigs and F1 Neon Tracks, Fanatec and Sim Racing Setups, and then F7 Racing on the billboards as well. Salute Productions there.
Go for a gap that exists. You're no longer a racing driver because we are competing. We are competing to win.
They're the old ones, you know. They're the old ones for the points and stuff. I actually put it up, the points. So Fanfidus down in towards Varante Alta. Sorry, Aqua Minerale at turn 9 and 10. Back up the hill. Oh, he loses the rears. Fanfidus the Dutchman, and they might just back out of that one. Yeah, I think he might just get the banker on the board. He's got 7.5 minutes to go. Is he just going to get the banker? I'm sure he will. No, good. The points are there to be used, guys. I will just mute it before the race, or in the important bits of the end of qualifying and stuff. The Mercedes driver out of turn 15, down towards the checkered flag we go. The Dutchman is only P12. He's not going to be happy with that. We've got huge names on the brink of elimination here. You've got B. Wright, the 4-time world champion. You've got Fanfinus, the world champion in realistic, on the brink of elimination. Epic OJ is back out on a lap. So Epic OJ is on his way back out. Yeah, I'll mute. I'll mute him. Don't worry. Right. So, Epic OJ on a lap. What I would say as well, hi Jake, that annoyed my missus for about 2 months. That sax, the Squirtle with the sax. So down in towards Varante Alta, back onto the throttle, and he's on an outlap. What am I on about? Ivan, the Croatian, has invalidated it. He's got just under 6 minutes to go. And it is Ivan in the house. That's going to have to go all the way around again. Yeah, right. The Sander and Reese are looking very quick here. I mean, but every driver has hit a 14 so far in this race. They hit it in Q3, so it's there. So here we go. Ivan in the house. Jake, they're actually they're actually they're actually supposed to pop up with the actual image as well, which we'll get that sorted at another time. But they're not actually supposed to be that cheap. The points, they're actually supposed to be like expensive, depending on. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll refund everything afterwards, but yeah, it's gone the old ones, not the new ones. Epic OJ in the Sauber is on a lot. He's 2 tenths down on Reese as he comes into sector 2. They're 2.5 tenths down now. And then over Varante Alta, just under 5 to go. And the Sauber driver, yeah, that was the plan in my head. That was the thought in my head. In towards turn 15 for the Kick Sauber driver. Just had to let off a little bit, but not a bad lap. This has got his teammate behind him just starting a lap. Epic OJ goes P3, and now you've got Cars who's going to get a nice little toe all the way down in towards turn 1. What I would say is the Saubers have been amazing this season so far. Oh, he's invalidated it. I don't think Cars needs to improve, but he's invalidated it. Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull will be next. Interesting stuff here. Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull, currently sitting in P15 with 4 minutes to go. We can have a look. The drivers on the last laps. So, having a look at the battery, he's just deploying it to the line. It's fastest, the 1:13.800. And it is a clear 8:00. Ryan Clemenson goes fastest in Q2. Be right in the other Racing Bull. A dominant champion with the Max Verstappen number 4. That's how many championships he's got. And he's always come back stronger and better over 12 seasons. He's won it at different stages of his life and different stages of his career. And he's up, a little snap there, but he's actually up on the time of Ryan Clemenson, as you can see in the bottom left. This is going to be really close. However, I will refund them. Yeah, I know, Jake. It's annoying. Be right to the line. It's P5. I don't know if to turn the mic down. Do you know what I mean? On Streamlabs. So if I turn it down, so it's not hitting the red zone, but then I would need to turn the gain volume down. So that was lower for the mic, and then I would need to turn the desktop audio down as well. So let's see if that's a bit better when I'm shouting. So Be Right went up to P5. What about Ivan? He invalidated it. Epic OJ calls it a day. He's happy with where he is. But yeah, cheers for updating me. If there's any more adjustments, just let me know. I'm just trying to get it to that sweet spot. Do you know what I mean? But I will get another mic. In fact, I'm not even going to get another mic. I'm going to get a proper streaming one and put it on the desk. So, Ivan in the house, in towards Tosa at turn 7. This is really important for the Croatian driver. Back onto the throttle here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, round 4 for Formula 7 racing. And that was a beautiful line down in towards Aqua Minerale. And then this is the tricky bit. Fanf does need to lock in. It's so close out there, all of the drivers. And Sander, a 1:13.5 in that Ferrari. Where has that come from? And be right, he's in P6. Sander's definitely safe. That was a phenomenal lap time. And the Haas driver, the Alpine, just trying to get out of the way. He might even sneak a little bit of a toe. He doesn't. And that is a bad on four that needs to improve. Here comes Ivan to the line. Horizon can't improve. Ivan goes up to P7. Horizon is on the brink of elimination. Then you've got the Mercedes. Gale is currently in P9. He's going to try and get a little bit extra on the board and move up. Deadly. Ivan is into P7 with a 1:14.3. Is getting very spicy out there now. I know, Horizon. So, Fanfana starts his lap. 50 seconds to go here in Q2. And what a qualifying session we're already witnessing. Gale up towards the line. He's got purple sector 1. And it's a 1:13. Sorry, I was looking at Sanders' time. A 1:14.0 is P5. And Jinkto is down to P10. Horizon is out. Jeffy Boy Asbill goes up to P10. He's just about squeezed in, but he's got some big names coming to the line. Jeffy Boy, is he going to make the line? This is going to be close. Yeah, he's going to make it. A bad on four is out. He's invalidated it. A bad on four, who has been brilliant since joining the grid, is out. Here in Q2, Fanfinis the Dutchman, Jeffy Boy in the Williams. It is all or nothing for these now. The Haas driver, the checkered flag has waved. Is Fanfinis up? He's setting green sectors, which means he's going to improve on his lap time, but by how much? Horizon is out. A bad on four is out. Jinkto is on a lap. So is Jeffy and Fanfinis. Asbill is sitting on the cusp of elimination. Fanfinis to the line. Is through. Asbill is out. Jinkto and Jeffy Boy. Jinkto has invalidated it. He's out. Asbill is also. Is he out? No, I think. Yeah, he is out. He's recharging. So it's all on Jeffy Boy now. Through Varante Alta. And heading down towards Ravazza at turn 14 into the double left-handers. The William driver of Jeffy Boy. Is he going to be able to get up there and get into the top 10? We're about to find out. Jeffy Boy coming to the line. It's a 1:14. One is through. Ivan is through. Deadly is out. But for how long? Here comes Deadly in the Aston Martin. Is he going to make it through? Deadly is through. It's P3. Be right, safe by the skin of his teeth. Ivan, very unfortunate to go out there with a 1:14.3. A brilliant lap. It's so competitive here in Imola. But that is it for Q2. One second, guys. So we move on to Q2. Sorry, we move on to Q3, the business end of qualifying. So Sander will be the first driver out on track. We don't need the eliminated drivers now. Remember, if you do want to join Formula 7 Racing, exclamation mark Discord in the chat. Come and join. We are one of the biggest leagues in the world and one of the fastest growing leagues in the world. We have got the second most followers of any league in the world on TikTok, and the third most on YouTube and Twitch. But no, it's not only about followers, even about how big we are. It's about the drivers that we have. Like, the community is so good. The drivers are amazing. Like, it's just got that real close feel to it, and it's not just about, oh, we've got tier 1, 2, 3, and 4, and just rapid drivers throughout every tier. We've got drivers for every tier. We've got a tier for every driver. Even if you're on the slower side or whatever, it's not just like esports, which is really good. Need a driver for the race. We've actually got a spot in the race. Sander in the Ferrari. We're right on board with him. He's been quickest so far. Really been dominating through the first two qualifying sessions. He set the exact same time as Reese on one of the sessions. So we are riding on board now, just showing what he can do as a ART Sander coming through. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course, mate. Yeah. So up the hill and down towards Varante Alta. This is a really neat lap from Sander. This is what I'm talking about. Really showing his skills here. And just lighting up the circuit with purple sectors down in towards Ravazza into turn 14 and 15. Look at the way he turns it in. He kept it valid. That was literally millimeters away down towards the line. Sander with a 1:13.446 has gone provisional pole with an outstanding lap time. Sander, stand up. That was brilliant. We've got all the other drivers coming to the grid. Here comes Deadly in the Aston Martin 1:17.6. That's not happy. He won't be happy with that. So Gale is on an outlet. Ryan Clemenson coming through Varante Alta. You've got a couple of other drivers. I think one of them is Jeffy Boy in at P10. No, he's just behind. B Right is slowed down. Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull is also slowed down. A couple of people doing 2 laps. They're doing 2 outlaps. Reese is now on a lap. Gale in the Alpine. You've got cars. You've got Epic OJ. Here comes Epic OJ in towards Ravazza. You can see him setting yellows. He's nowhere near Sanders' time at the moment, but that does not mean at all that he's not quick, because he definitely is. To the line of 1:13.8. Wow. P2 for Epic OJ. Ryan Clemson is going to go again. Reese, let's have a look at him. He's 3/100ths down on Sanders' lap time through sector 1. This is going to be extremely close between Reese and Sander. And he throw a couple of other drivers in the mix, and who knows? So he's invalidated. Reese has invalidated just when he was setting decent lap times. So he's not going to find the improvement that he was looking for. Formula I, if you just had Formula 7 Racing on EA, because I'm not on the PlayStation, mate. So I can't bloody invite you. So Reese did invalidate it. Gale in the Alpine goes P4 at 1:13.8. This is so close. Here comes Cars in the Sauber, and he will go P2 with a 1:13.4. Where is this pace coming from? Fanfus with a 1:13.5. These lap times are remarkable. Through Varante Alta for B Right, and he is slightly down on Sanders' times, hitting the oranges. Cars was really close to the Ferrari with 6.5 minutes to go. And here comes B Right, the multi-world champion, down to the checkered flag. It's a 1:14.1, and it's P8 for him, and that'll be on used tyres, surely. Yeah, you're not there under Fs. Yeah, Formula I. If you add me, if you've already got me as a friend, just delete me and re-add me, and I'll send you an invite. So Reese is going to have to do it all over again. The only driver yet to set a lap time here in Imola. So all the other drivers got to put them 13s are just tremendous lap times. They really are. Formula I is it brilliant. So be right. He's going to have to try and find something extra in the tank because a 114.1 is not going to get him any further up. So every driver into the pit lane. So should we have a look? And what happened? Oh, 1 minute. Dun, 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 So let's have a look. Was it in the tier one paddock? Oh, that's all she wrote.
Are you all right?
Skill issue. That is 100% a skill issue.
Are you all right?
So that is how Mirko ended out in Q1 and at the back of this grid. That is how it happened. Any seat, mate. There was 2 left, so it could be a Ferrari. What in the skill issue? Right, 3 minutes to go here in Tier 1 for the final time this evening. The drivers will go out for a qualification lap, and then you won't see another qualifying lap for another 2 weeks as we have a week break, and then we'll be back in Barcelona. So who's going to lead the way is going to be the Aston Martin driver of Deadly. I cannot believe how good Deadly has been since moving up, you know. He was in Tier 2, and he's just improved massively. He really has. And he should be so proud of where he's come from to where he is now. Because I remember he took quite a bit of a break at one point as well because he couldn't find the pace and then he came back, started to race Tier 2 and now look at him, he's holding it with the big boys right at the top of Tier 1. So yeah, fair play to him. We've got a lot of these drivers that race in big esports leagues and stuff like that. So, but it is Sander that is on top at the moment. But it is Deadly that is going to get us underway for the final time here in Emilia-Romagna. So down in towards Turn 1, he's got a bit of traffic. Is that a driver that's just hit the wall? That might have been a Mercedes or Fanfurness that just hit the wall there. Let's have a look. No, he's not got damage. That's a good thing. So Deadly in the Aston Martin in towards Villeneuve. The weather looks a bit dark. I thought I seen spots of rain then, but somebody said there's definitely not rain. I can't remember the last time we had a rainy race. We've had glimpses of rain, but not a full wet race. So in towards Piratella and down towards Aqua Minerale on board the Aston Martin driver of Deadly. It is all or nothing now. This is where the drivers take the most risks. This is where it means everything. There's no point holding back and trying to be delicate around the corners because you've already got your bank lap. You may as well go for it now. It's all or nothing. And it's down in towards Ravazza at turn 14 and 15. The Aston Martin driver and shoots in towards the final chicane and down towards the checkered flag. He's green and to the line. And it's provisional pole for Deadly. The Mercedes of Fanfness starts his lap, 40 seconds to go. Here comes Jeffy Boy in the Williams. Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull. Ryan Clemenson is P3. It is so close out there. B Right will start his lap. Reese is just behind him. Then you've got the two Saubers. It is Epic OJ that will be first of the Saubers to the line. And he goes provisional pole by 7/1000ths of a second. Then you've got Jeffy hits the line. The other drivers are coming through. Gale in the Alpine will be next. He's not going to improve. Oh, he gets to the line for a flying lap. Wow, he just made it. That is the Sauber is just getting out of the way. The Ferrari of Sander is also trying to improve on his own lap time up towards the checkered flag. Sander with a 1:13.2, and he's improved to pole position. Cars does not get any place positions upgraded. He stays in P5 but does improve his lap time. Fanfness is a tenth of a second up. We have four drivers in the 1:13.4s. It's remarkable. Fanfness in towards turn 15. The Mercedes AMG Petronas driver as we ride on board with him to the checkered flag. And it's P5 for him. The Aston Martin of Deadly already set P3. Then you've got B Right, the four-time Tier 1 world champion, out of the final chicane, down to the checkered flag. And the Bristol boy will take P8. Then you've got Reese. Jeffy has invalidated it. Can Reese take pole position away from Sander? He doesn't. It's P2, a 1:13.3. And then that is it. That is it. It's Sander that takes pole here in Imola. What a lap that is from Sander. So it is Sander that takes pole position for the Imola Grand Prix. It is Reese that starts alongside him on the front row of the grid in P2. It is Epic OJ in P3 and Deadly in P4. On the third row of the grid is Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull in P5 and Fanfness in the Mercedes in P6. It's a trio of Dutch drivers, cars in the Kick Sauber in P7 and Gale in the Alpine in P8. And then locking out the fifth row of the grid is B Right in the V car in P9 and Jeffrey Boy in the Williams in P10. Oh, you know what? I've put formation lap on. I've put formation lap on. I forgot about it. I've just remembered. I forgot about formation lap. Formation lap is on, guys. Yeah, I forgot about it. I'm an idiot. I bloody forgot about it. I bloody forgot about it. This is what we wanted. We wanted a close Grand Prix, and I think that's exactly what we're going to get. So, Horizon, a bad on 4, Edward and CJ will all start on cold tyres for this Grand Prix. So let's hope for a good one, guys. I'm hoping for a good one anyway. And I do apologise about the mic. There's nothing I can do. It's a brand new mic, and I am gonna get a better one. I'm gonna get a new one. This is a new one. So I'm gonna get a new one. So Reese didn't park properly either, but look at Sander, the way he's aiming. That guy wants to go straight in front of Reese off the start line. Here we go. This is it for the final time in Tier 1 for Formula 7 racing. And it's lights out and away we go. Jinto is through. B-Right's already through on Gailey. There goes Cars on Fanford. The Dutchman on his fellow countryman. Jeffy Boy is through on Gailey. Down in towards turn 1. It's Epic OG up the inside of Reese. And Reese has to go back down in towards P3. Ryan Clemenson is through. There's a little bit of damage behind. I think that's Jinto. Formula Ryan Asbiller making up places. Here comes Epic OG on Sander. The green flag is back out, but his yellow flag's waving once more. The drivers all navigate through this section of track. And that is the Williams as well of Merkel making a move. He started dead last. Fanford on Jeffy Boy. These are going to go 3 wide down in towards Piratella. It's the Racing Bull of B-Right and Fanford are going at it. B-Right slides nearly out of the race. Jeffy Boy is through. Here comes Ivan, the Croatian driver in the house, all over the rear diffuser. And Horizon is going to make the move up the inside of Aqua Minerale, and that was spectacular from Horizon. A beautiful move and a great start to this Grand Prix. So, all to play for here. Still everything going on. Reese in P3, we can see going down in towards Ravazza. And Jinto on the back of Mirko, who's down into P14. Let me have a look. I don't think anybody got damage at the start of that race. If you didn't, that's great. One person, and that was B-Right. B-Right's got front wing damage. So the only person to come out of that with damage was B-Right. It's only a green front wing. It's not a missing end plate or anything. It's not something he did the exact same last week. He had to go through the whole race with slight front wing damage. But all 19 drivers in this race, all still locked within DRS range and not a single incident. This is what I'm talking about. Epic OJ, 7 tenths behind Sander. It'll be hard to shake him off when he gets that DRS and the whole grid locked in this beautiful little snake like a Nokia 3310. Cars in the Sauber. Look at that Mercedes and Fanford all over his rear wing. And what about Reese? Here comes Cars looking for a way through. He's not going to try it through for Rancy Alta just yet. And then Reese in the Racing Bull on the back of the other Sauber. They're very close. The Racing Bulls and the Saubers are extremely close in the constructors' battle. There goes B-Right in P9. He's looking for a way past Jeffy Boy. But remember, he's got damage. Let's have a look at the reaction time. So we go on board with Reese. Reaction time for Reese, 5.28, 5.18 for Epic OJ. That's why he was able to get through and up to P2, is because his reaction time off the start line was incredible. But Reese is going to try and come back at him. And all locked in that DRS train. What about B-Right in P9, the other Racing Bull? Then you've got a bad on 4. This is beautiful. Please stay like this. This is great. As built in the Red Bull, on the back of Jinto, in the McLaren. A great debut start for Jinto and Ivan as well, who's up to P10. So don't count out the house driver just yet of Jinto and Ivan. Sorry, the house driver of Ivan. Fanford, the Dutchman, down in towards Aqua Minerale. This is what racing online is supposed to look like. This is what it is all about. So, Fanford in a nice little battle in the midfield. And this is just great. Like, I had a commentator last week, and he's like, "There's nothing happening." It was just like this, and he's like, "Oh, it's boring." This is incredible racing. It's so tactical. Everybody's locked in that DRS train. It's so clean. Everybody's still within a chance. This is what you want in racing. It's so good. Reese in the Racing Bull into the slipstream off the Sauber driver. He's going to try and make a move around the outside. He's burning that battery down in towards Tamburello. The Sauber holds on. Reese is off the track and into the gravel. He has a little snap and through goes Ryan Clemenson. The Red Bull driver makes the move. About on 4. Gale has lost a few places in the Alpine. B-Right is making up places in the Racing Bull. The Williams now goes wheel to wheel with Ivan. The two Haas drivers stalking him as he goes in towards Tulsa at turn 7. What a start to this race we are seeing. And cars in the Sauber still there on the back of Deadly. B-Right's now starting to drop without DRS range. He does not want that, especially considering he's got slight front wing damage. Gale lost a few places. You've got CJ in the Aston Martin in P17. Formula Right and Edward. Edward now 3 seconds behind. Did he get damaged? Let's have a look. He didn't. Did Formula Right? He didn't either. So they're all still within chances here. Deadly in P5. And he's going to have a shot at this. No, he's not got the batteries to go for it. Let's have a look. Batteries. You can see the way the drivers are using it. That is Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull. He was really close to Epic OJ. And he got through on Reese. Reese is now down to P4. It is all changing at front. And that is Ivan in the Haas. Ivan is round. And that is another driver off the track. That's Edward. So Edward and Ivan are off. Did he get damaged? There goes Asbill on a Jinto. The Red Bull driver is through. Formula. Oh, Jinto, he's round. Asbill's round. He slides into the wall. And he's picked up front wing damage. Oh, no. You got to feel for Asbill there. This is not what we wanted. It was going so well for the drivers. What about Reese in the Racing Bull? It was going so well. We're right on board with the Season 10 World Champion. He's been demoted from P2 to P4. Ryan Clemenson and Epic OJ showing some serious race pace here. You can see the fastest sector so far. Jeffy, Sander, and Sander. And Sanders just trying to shake Epic OJ off, but it's really hard here in Imola. He's got that DRS, so he'll catch all the way back up once more. I'll tell you who will have a chance, though. Horizon on Jeffy Boy. Here comes Horizon in the Haas, and he's going to make a move on the Williams. And what about the Alpine of Abaddon 4 as well? He also moves through down in towards Tamburello. Abaddon 4 is up to P10. Horizon's up to P9. There's a penalty for CJ, as we say. 2 things guaranteed in life. Ryan Clemenson in P3. This is brilliant. What a race. What a race. We're only 6 laps in. So, Epic OJ still staying with Sander, who's absolutely on fire at the minute. We can have a look at the last laps, and you can see just from this that Sander on lap 4 and 5 has been quicker than everybody around him. That is Horizon. After that beautiful overtake, he's gone and spun it. And did he get damage? He absolutely did. Horizon is round, and he has spun it. And he's missing a front wing. He's going to need a safety car or something now to get back into this race. But anything can happen with 26 laps remaining. Who knows? Who knows? Here comes Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull. Is he going to go for this move on Epic OJ in the Sauber? He has a little think about it, and then he backs out. Ryan Clemenson is showing some serious pace recently. That is Fanfinus as well in the Mercedes. And that is the Sauber of cars that nearly lost the race. He was holding on for dear life there. So Reese is still there. He's being patient. And we can obviously, if anybody was to go for the undercut now, we can have a look at the Delta. So the hard compound tyres at this moment in time are around 1.3 seconds quicker than the mediums. So the hards are now 1.3 seconds quicker than the mediums. So anybody that's on the hard compound tyre, like Abaddon 4, Gale and CJ, are going to start coming into their own now. Penalty for Edward. Yeah, the hard runners, the mediums. Let's have a look at the times. Yeah, 42 on the rears. They're looking okay at the moment for Sander. I mean, they're in way better shape than I thought they might have been at this stage in the race. Did Epic OJ lose the DRS? He didn't. But here comes Ryan Clemenson once again, and he's not going to get close enough. There goes Mirko on Jeffy Boy, and the two Williams drivers swap around. Did Jeffy let him through? Here comes Gainley in the Alpine as well. He also wants a piece of the action. He says, if he's going, I'm going. There goes Deadly on Reese, and Deadly is now up to P4. What a move from Deadly. Ivan is through on his teammate of Horizon. So Alpine Williams, Alpine Williams. Remember, points go down to 15th here in Formula 7 racing. And if you win a championship, you win a trophy, and a very nice trophy at that. And you know what? Everybody that subscribes on Twitch and all that stuff, you really do help towards funding the trophies. Donations. We had a big donation off Nimblecat again at the end of the season, end of last season, towards the trophies, which is honestly, I cannot thank people enough. It's so appreciative because it really does cost quite a bit of money to run an half decent league, if I do say so myself, and build a half decent community of drivers. Here comes Ryan Clemenson, so it really does help. Here comes Ryan Clemenson in the Red Bull. He's going to go around the outside, and Epic OJ backs out. Now that's the Epic OJ we want to see more of. He doesn't need to take that chance. He doesn't need to dive it. He's in P3. He's still in with a chance of a podium. This is what I'm talking about. Well done, Epic OJ. CJ in P13 is going to go for the move on Jeffy, and the Aston Martin driver is through and up to P12. Reese down to P5, though. What is happening with Reese? Is he just looking after his tyres? I think Reese is going for the one stop, and he's probably trying to look after his tyres. That's what I think is going on here. Oh, B Right is struggling. I think B Right's got to get his front wing replaced. He's got to. Even though you're going to lose an extra 8 seconds, I mean, he's in a comfortable position even with front wing damage, though, isn't he? Does he need to get it changed? Oh, a little slide through there. Yeah, do you reckon, Bjorn? I'd love to see you on track here, Bjorn. So CJ on the back of Mirko. And that is a bad on 4. He's into the, oh, this B right into the pit lane. He is going for the undercut. So having a look at the tyre delta, yeah, the hards are 2 seconds quicker than the mediums right now on lap 10. Cars picks up his second track limit. Is he going to get the front wing changed? No, he's going to stay on that damaged front wing. He's not going to waste the 8 seconds, but he is going to go for the undercut and just try and stay in front. He said before, B right, that that it's really difficult to overtake. So I'm guessing he's just going to try and stay in front and try to stop them from overtaking him. So Ryan Clemenson, oh, and that is Epic OJ that's lost a bit of time to the front two. He's now out of DRS range. Oh no, that's to the leader. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, be right doing a mount. The two Alpines in 8 and 9 having a good Grand Prix. And I think a lot of these Tier 1 drivers will be eyeing up a Constructors' Championship because they both win a trophy. And I think a lot of them will be eyeing it up. So all 19 drivers still in this race. After 10 laps of racing. This is making me feel better now after Tier 4. Epic OJ is into the pit lane. The Sauber driver is in. And he's going to go. He went for a quick pit stop right at the end of the pit lane. That is a yellow flag. That is a Ferrari. That is Formula Rye. That is round. Did he get damage? He does. He's missing a full front wing. It's a safety car. Oh, you are kidding. Formula Rye with a full front wing gone has caused a full course safety car as Epic OJ went into the pit lane. This has either compromised Epic OJ or helped him out, but I cannot tell you. I think it might have helped him. No, it can't have done. It can't have done. Oh, that is really unfortunate. And I tell you, he's really lost out because of that. Be right. B right has massively lost. If I was B right now, I'm P16. Yeah, I'm already P16. I've already took my pit stop to go for the undercut, and the safety car's come out. It's ruined my whole strategy. I'm getting that front wing replaced for the sake of 2 positions. Maybe even not, because if Edward pits, then he won't lose anything. So the safety car is out. Formula right into the pit lane. Yeah, every single driver in the pit lane. But what about the double stackers? What about the Alpines? Gale's trying to slow down, and CJ's having to slow down with him. And all of the drivers are going in. This means there's going to be a lot of double stackers, including the Williams as well. Yeah, they're all double stacking. A lot of people are going to lose out to this. Every single driver into the pit lane. Wow. And B Right stayed out. B Right stayed out. I don't know why. I don't know why he's done that. Oh, he's actually he's got past a few people. Fair play actually. He got back in front of Jeffy and CJ and Jinto and Ivan. So fair play to him actually. That wasn't a bad call. I thought he would have gone in and just took because everybody else would have gone in behind him and just got the front wing replaced. But no, he's come out in an half decent position actually, considering. So every single driver has gone into the pit lane. B Right will be fuming that he's got to race all night again with a damaged front wing like he did last week. So the safety car is out. I know, Jake. I know. I've lost it. It's been a long day. It's been a long day, and I've got to get everything sorted afterwards as well. So safety car is out on lap 12, 20 laps remaining, and not a single DNF. The safety car is out because Formula Right in the Ferrari crashed out and lost his front wing, unfortunately, which is a real shame. What was the yeah, yeah, well and truly has, Jake. Well and truly has. I'm actually looking at Mike's now because it's done my head in. But we've got a 2 week break, so there's no rush. We are live. 32 rounds for the undisputed Emilia Romagna Grand Prix. Fighting down in the red corner, Sander. Blaming on Ben, just blaming on the Ben. So Sander in the Ferrari will lead the safety car restart, and the Scuderia will get us underway. That's why we need to be careful. All the drivers need to slow down and get ready to go racing. The Ferrari driver will dictate the pace of the restart, and it is Sanderman who will get us underway on lap 13, and off he goes. And Sander with a good restart, but Deadly was right on his tail. Fanfre's got through on cars. Did they go too early, though? Ryan Clemenson is back through on Reese. He's ghosted a little bit, though. Deadly couldn't get through on Sander. He went for it. Couldn't find a way through. Reese and Ryan Clemenson lock horns, and Reese has to back out. A bad on 4 is through. Fanfre's is losing multiple places as he dwindles down to P11 as B Right even goes through. But B Right with that slight front wing damage will find it a little bit harder to turn the car. And the driver's squabbling down in towards Tosa. Gale through on a bad on 4 on his teammate. The two Alpines swapping around. Horizon losing places. Asbill is through on CJ. And it is getting very tasty out there now. Ivan, the Croatian, as he go through Piratella on the back of the McLaren driver. Oh, who is that? Edward with another time penalty, and he's off the track. Did he get damage? He didn't. But what about Reese in the Racing Bull on the back of the sister car, currently down in P4? This really spices up the championship if it stays like this. Honestly, he's so close in the championship. Be right, trying to hold on to the reins, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case with the start that he's had. But he's had a start like this before, and then he went and won the championship with the second half of the season. Here comes Gale once again on Epic Oz. He goes for that late lunge on the inside. That is a fantastic overtake. But Epic Oz will be a little bit annoyed as Abaddon 4 goes off the track and then back in front of his teammate of cars. And Abaddon 4 did really well to hold on to that car when he went onto the gravel. Epic Oz will be a little bit annoyed with that late lunge up the inside, but they both kept it clean and it came across really nicely. So, track is now clear once again. There's two drivers just battling at the back. That is Epic OJ on CJ into Piratella. He backs out. Horizon and Formula Rye are having a battle of their own. Edward and CJ are also the same. You've got Gailey in the Alpine now up to P5. He's having one of his best races of the season through Varante Alta. Epic OJ, bad on 4, picking up that penalty. Fanfre's with his first track limit. Here comes B Right in the Racing Bull. Fanfre's in the Mercedes. He will not want to get bogged up behind this Racing Bull. Deadly setting the fastest lap of the race. Here comes Deadly in the Aston Martin. He's coming like a rocket ship to take the lead of the Grand Prix. Oh, he smashes into the back of the Ferrari. The Ferrari makes a late defensive move to block off the Aston Martin driver, and that was a little bit naughty between the pair of them as Sander chooses a different line right at the last minute as Deadly went to go around the outside. I don't think Deadly got damage from it. He didn't, so he's a very lucky boy. But them two, I don't think that'll be the end of that between them two. Jinto on the back of Asbill, who's on the back of his friend Ivan in the house. So back on board with Deadly in the Aston Martin. Ryan Clemenson now a second behind the front two, running away a little bit. Ryan needs to get that battery working and stay within that 1 second. If he loses DRS, he's a sitting duck up the pitch straight. He really is. Oh, and it's a bad exit there. He needs to burn that battery, get back within that 1 second. He's going to lose it. He does lose it. That means Reese is going to see an opening. And as they come out of turn 15, the Red Bull driver surely now is going to be a bit of a sitting duck. You've got Deadly as well. Yes, DRS for Reese, who's coming, and he's coming, and he's coming quickly on Ryan Clemenson. Reese is through and up to P3, back into the podiums for the V-Cab. And Deadly is only 3 turns behind. Jinto and Edwards swap places. The two papaya rules at the back of this race. All 19 drivers still on the grid after 17 laps of racing. Gale eyeing up Ryan Clemenson in front. These two know each other very well. Then Epic OJ and Abaddon 4 separating the two Saubers. Fanfre's still trying to get past B Right. You can see the weather is just light cloud. We're going to get no rain in this race. Oh, Fanfre's picking up his second track limit warning. And Abaddon 4, you can see 3 second time penalty for the Alpine driver. You know what? It is 18 corners. It's telling me in the top right it's 18 corners. So I'm looking at the wrong track map. Resetting the fastest lap of the race. Here comes Deadly in the Aston Martin. Wheel to wheel with the Ferrari. Up the inside. Great racing from the pair of them. It's a little tasty, but they're keeping it very clean between them as Deadly has to back out and back into P2. That gives Reese an opportunity to claw his way back within that DRS range, down in towards Tulsa at turn 7. What about Fanfinus? Still on the back of B right in that racing bull. Then you've got cars in the Sauber. And Deadly looks so quick on the straights. Should we have a little cheeky look at his what he's running? Oh, he's blocked it, little snake. That was joking. Down into towards Varante Alta. No, I can't do that, can I, to drivers? Because then I'd be giving setups away. Yeah, no, I'm taking that away. I can't do that. No, I can't do that. So, Sander, 18 laps down. CJ picking up another time penalty. Sander in the Ferrari does lead to Deadly. And the Aston Martin driver is going to get that DRS again. Is he going to be close enough? They went wheel to wheel on the very last lap, but I think he's just a bit too far away to make that move on this occasion. He is. And here comes cars on a bad on 4. What about B-Right and Fanfners? Oh, B-Right just turns in and cuts off that Mercedes behind him. And Fanfners nearly losing the front wing or even the race. And Jeffy Boy nearly got an overtake. But yeah, that was really close between the pair of them. There goes cars with a little lunge up the inside of a bad on 4 as the Alpine driver is starting to use the battery into the slipstream. So Jeffy and Ivan, you know what? The last couple of Tier 1 races have been some of the best I've watched. This one's a really good one again. It's always near the end where it gets a little bit sketchy. I know, I'm nimble, literally. I just said the same thing. Oh, there goes Gailey in the Alpine. He's losing places. Did he get damage? He didn't, so he's just had a little mistake, but he's still in this race. And then there's a cheeky Williams that didn't get an invite to that inside, but he absolutely took it. And Jeffy Boy gets the move done. There goes a bad on 4 into the pit lane. So he's committing to the 2-stopper. A bad on 4 into the pits. That is Fanfinus on a B right. And he does finally get the overtake. And B right will not let him get away with that easily. Hello, nimble dog. Here comes Reese. 3 attempts behind Deadly. Sander still leading. Is this a grand slam from Sander? Has he lost the lead at any point? I don't think he has he? He's on for a grand slam here. He's led every lap so far. He qualified on pole position. We don't have many grand slams, so if he gets a grand slam, he'll be rewarded for it. Very good drive, if so. Deadly into the slipstream. This is where it'll be really difficult for Sander. Be right into the pit lane as well. Is he going to get that front wing change? I don't think he is. I don't think there's any point, really. He's just going to go for the undercut onto another fresh set of hard tyres. Yeah, it's minor damage. Although it'll be really compromising his pace, it is only minor damage. That's a Ferrari. And it's Formula Right again that's round. Oh, and he's retired on track. Formula Right is out. And I tell you what, that could have been another safety car right when B Right pitted from the Ferrari. I hope that nothing happens here when the leaders are coming around. Here comes Sander. He's going to drive past his teammate through the yellow flags, through Aqua Minerale. And that is the first DNF of the race. Formula I is out. So, yeah, B Right has got the undercut. No safety car this time. 3 seconds for CJ again. Oh, you had a puncher. So Sander leads to Deadly to Reese. Let's have a look at the lap times between the three of them, as you can see. And that is Mirko on cars, and the Williams driver will make the move on the Sauber, and the Dutchman has to wave bye-bye to the Italian. And Fanfres picks up a 3-second time penalty. That'll be costly come the end of this race. As Billy's into the pit lane, the Red Bull driver. But B Wright is on the undercut. He's 3 seconds behind a bad on 4, who's also gone for the undercut. So that just shows how strong it is, considering he's come out where he has. B Wright into some nice clean air. And then the front three still battling for victories. Anybody can finish on the podium here. They really can. I have no idea what's going to happen by the end of this race. You see the interval. So Sander, half a second in front, and he's got Reese 3 tenths behind. You can see through sector 1, 2, and 3 how close it is. We're talking tenths, hundredths of a second between first and third for Deadly. Here he comes. He's going to try and make the move. The Aston Martin driver, has he finally got it? He does. He goes up the inside, and Deadly takes the lead. The Ferrari's onto the gravel. Deadly takes the lead. The Ferrari's been overtaken by Reese as well. And they've all pitted, and that is Deadly into the lead of the Imola Grand Prix. And Sander finally taken off the throne. Ryan Clemenson will look for a way through, and this battling only helps out anybody that's gone for an undercut. It really does. But looking at the tyres, they're going to easily get into the end of the race. So the two-stopper doesn't look like it's going to be beneficial for anybody at this point in the race. In towards Varanti Alta. Horizon setting the fastest lap of the race. 9.5 laps to go. Been an incredible Grand Prix. Yeah, Nimble, your one stop looked really good. Yours and Vicious Vicar, you both were staying out for quite a long period of time. Here comes Reese, and it looked like it was really going to work until obviously an absolute maniac on track. There goes Fanfres on cars. The Mercedes around the outside of the Sauber. That is delicious. And the two Dutchmen swap around. And one Sauber down, one to go for Fanfres. Jeffy Boy is eyeing up Ivan, who's in P9. This is, by the way, just a quick one. What a great debut for Jinto and Ivan. Stayed out of trouble, had a good race, stayed within the DRS train of the drivers. Really, really good debuts from Ivan and Jinto. I hope we can see more of them on track. It's the same with Abrantes and Grovigan from Tier 2. They've reserved every week since the start of the season, and they've been really good drivers. It's a shame. I would love to get every driver on the grid, but it's just impossible to do. So Mirko in the Williams, down in towards turn 14. So it's turn 17 and 18, isn't it? That's what it's telling me in the top right. But I didn't think it was. I know, Nimbo. Notice that. Here comes Reese Dyke. Oh, he's still not close enough. But Mirko is. Is he going to go for that late lunge? He doesn't. That's good racing. No point risking the race. Mirko's in P5. He started in P19. There's Edward up to P11 and CJ down to P12. The good thing about Edward is he's not massively big on quali pace. Obviously, this is a tier that's not designed for him, but it's the only time he can race. But he does really well in the race just to pick up points. So fair play to him. Here comes B Wright. That's a yellow flag. That is a Haas. That is Horizon that has found himself spinning. Right round, right round. That is B right, that is through on Jinto and the Racing Bull. Makes a nice little move on the papaya. What about Jeffy in P10? Only half a second behind Ivan. Got so many good duels going on track, and that is Horizon out in the pit lane. And I can't remember the last time. Yeah, it's a shame, but I can't remember the last time you finished a race. You know, I know you struggle though on track, but I don't know why you just don't get to the end and just finish it. You know. Did you finish in Mexico? Because I remember it was like 1 out of like 12 at one point or something. Gailey in the Alpine is through on Jinto. Yeah, you've got a very, very high DNF rate though, haven't you? I just, you know what? If you want to improve, just stay on track. Even when you've had a bad race, just get to the end. Points go to 50s. Keep it clean. Stay away from penalties and track limits, and just get to the end of every race, and I guarantee you'll get points. Yeah, I know what you mean, mate. So Deadly on Reese, Sander down in P3. It'd be a travesty if Sander didn't win this race, but that's how racing goes sometimes. Yeah, no worries. I just wanted to see you do well, mate. That's all. Down in towards Tamburello. What about Fanfulness on Epic OJ? Still, they're all locked in this train, and there goes Ryan Clemenson on Sander. Sander's made a mistake, and he's dwindling down to P5. He's now on the back of Mirko, who's up to P4. If anybody was having a driver of the day race, it is Mirko here from P19 in a track that's difficult to overtake like Imola. Is phenomenal. As Bill is through on Jinto. I think Jinto's got wing damage. He has. And that's why he's struggling as he's got wing damage. And that is Fanfulness. Fanfulness is into the wall. Fanfulness in the Mercedes is into the wall. And he's got rear wing. He's got a puncher. How is. No, he's not. It's overheating. My bad. He's got rear wing damage. And that could be it for Fanfulness with 5 laps to go. He's got rear wing damage. And that will ruin his race. Oh, such a shame. Such a shame. Oh, nimble. I've never been closer. Genuinely. And that is Mirko that is through on Ryan Clemenson. And this has got to be a potential for drive of the season. Mirko is into the podium places. Fanfulness is out here in Imola after getting that rear wing damage. He is out. That moves everybody up a position. That is a bad on 4 on Edward that's going to move up to P10 as he slips and slides through the Villeneuve chicane and down towards Tosa. Here comes CJ and Gailey. They're still going at it for a couple of points in P13. CJ just with his nose ahead. But for how long? Gailey chasing him down in the Alpine in towards the Villeneuve chicane and down towards Tosa, but he picks up a track limit time penalty. He's going to go for that lunge up the inside. He absolutely does as Gailey goes for it, and that's a good move, but he slips on the way out, and now the Aston Martin driver might be able to return the favour as they come in towards Piratella, wheel to wheel once more. The Alpine leaves a little bit of room and squeezes him out down in towards Aqua Minerale, and Gailey is in front. So back on board with the leaders. 3 laps to go. Well, 4. I can't believe Sander is down into P5. It is crazy that. Look at his tyres though. Remember, B right pitted. He's in front. He's behind a lot of drivers with time penalties. But it's just a little bit too late. But any points from here now. will be any sort of recovery. So cars and Epic OJ P6 and P7, some decent points again for the Saubers. The Saubers are looking pretty strong in most tiers, aren't they? Oh, that is the Aston Martin of CJ, and he is round. And luckily, he stayed ghosted there as Jinto goes through, and Jinto on his debut is going to get the last remaining point here. There goes B right on Edward. He's not going to wait around. He's going to go up the inside of Piratella, and the Racing Bull does get through on them fresher, hard compound tyres. And even his tyres are a little bit worn down now, so I can't imagine what the rest of them are like. Are we going to see any punches? Let me have a look at the system here and see if we've got any tyres. 56%, 60%, 65%, 72% for Edward. So yeah, they are getting that way, but maybe not puncher territory. Yeah, yeah, Aston. So Merkel in the podiums. I tell you what, though, it's starting to hit me now. You know, the wall of tiredness. So Deadly in the Aston Martin to Reese to Merkel. This could be Deadly's second ever race win. I think he won one last season, didn't he? Was it Belgium? I can't remember. I know he won one. Oh, CJ's out. Yeah, in the pit lane. CJ's out. So that is everybody that finishes now will get a point. And Reese is still chasing down Deadly. He's still eyeing up that race victory. It will be a great Grand Prix for Reese if he can still win. So we can see. And here comes Reese. And Deadly's doing really well in the Aston. Oh my God! That's CJ's car. I hope nobody crashes into him. Oh, he's moving right across the track as well. Oh my God. If that was any other part of this race, any other lap, if they were a little bit closer, that could have ended in disaster. That was so close. That's why it's crazy to retire. Edward is into the pit lane on lap 13. That's going to move everybody up a position. And that's Asbill up to P13. Yeah, that was really close. That could have ended in a massive crash for all of the front runners. So, what a drive this is from Deadly in the Aston Martin. We're about to go on to the final lap of the Imola Grand Prix. And you can see the battery. And Deadly's actually got more battery than Reese. He's recharging as he comes through turn 15 and out of the final chicane. And then down the straight we go. This is where Reese needs to get it. He's not got the battery, though, the Aston Martin has. But I tell you what he has got. He's got the DRS, and he's going to come for it. Deadly's going to cover off the inside line. The Racing Bull around the outside. Wheel to wheel they go. And Reese is through and into the lead on the very last lap here at the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. Deadly wants to return the favour. And all is said and lost in the blink of an eye. Reese is back into the lead of the Grand Prix. Deadly in P2, Merkel in P3, Ryan Clemson in P4. Then you've got Sander in P5 in that Ferrari. But it's been an awesome Grand Prix. Brilliant, brilliant race. Reese, 4 attempts clear of Deadly. Epic OJ and the 2 Saubers in 6, 7. Reese in the Racing Bull is going to come home and take a victory, a well-earned one. He's waited a while to get another one on the board. Around the final corner we go, and up towards the line. It's going to be a sprint, but it's Reese who's going to come through and win the Imola Grand Prix. Deadly takes P2. Merkel is on the podium from P19. Kaz, comes through in P7. Sorry, Sander in P5, Epigolja in P6, Cars in P7. Ivan on his debut in the house. The Croatian has come in to P8. Jeffy Boy in P9, and B Rat is going to take P10. And he's going to take some decent points on the board, considering he had damage for literally the whole race again. He cannot catch a break in Tier 1. Abaddon 4 in P11, Gale in P12, Asbel in P13, Jinto on his debut in P14 takes 2 points, and Edward will take the last remaining point. That was a brilliant Grand Prix. So let's go through the final standings. There you have it on the top step. Look at that. Beautiful with that logo in the background. The San Marino Grand Prix. Beautiful. I like it. I like it. I like what he's done there. So let's go through the final standings. So it is Reese that takes the race victory here in Imola for round 4. A great result for him. Then you've got Deadly in P2 in the Aston Martin and Mirko in P3. And of course, he's got to get driver of the day. Reese, Ryan in P4 and Sandra in P5. Epigolja in P6, Cars in P7. Then you've got Ivan in P8, Jeffy in P9, B Right in P10. Abaddon 4 in 11, Gale, and then comes the Red Bull of Asbel in P13. So I've got to write that down. Jinto, Edward, Chaka, Fanfan, Stella, and Formula Right. Right. Let me just put these names in because I've not got them in. And the driver of the day. Right. Should we do some interviews? I will jump. You know what, mate? I will jump in. Shall I do it on the Discord? Is that easier? I don't know if it would be easier to do it in the Discord or in game chat. It doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll do it in game chat. Why not? Right. So it is Mirko that finishes P3. Would it be easier to do it in Discord? Yeah, that's fine. We'll do it in Discord. Right. Did I make a driver interview room? Did I not make one? I thought I made one. Yeah, should we just change this? Let's just go. Oh, I've still got them things up on. Take that off. So we change this. Right, let's go in with it. So just bear with me, guys, and we'll get underway when Mirko joins and invites a voice. So it's Mirko and he's in.
Hello, hello.
Yeah, 1 second, Mirko. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna invite Deadly. It's like rigging it. This is what's annoying about people who put numbers in their names. There it is. Right. So I think I've got the audio for Discord. Let me just see.
yeah, there he is. Oh, he left.
Let me just turn the volume down for that's just not too loud. Right, so we will start off with your P3 driver and your driver of the day, Mirko. What a race! Talk us through that one, and how good was that?
Yeah, it was the most intense race ever. In Q1, I was like, okay, I will go easy on the first lap. I didn't go easy. I bottomed out and just spun into the wall. In the race, I was like, okay, I will just do my own pace, watch over my tires, don't do stupid moves. And it worked, to be fair. Made my way through the field easily after a safety car and ended up P3 somehow.
I know. Well, obviously that happened in Q1. You ended up in the wall, so you had to start dead last from P19. But then it was incredible. 1 minute you were at the back, you made up so many places at the start as well. You made up like 4 or 5 places on the opening lap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because of the formation lap, everyone was ghosted, and it was just chaos at turn 1.
Oh, did they
So
ghost again?
yeah, the formation lap was on.
Yeah, it didn't look like they ghosted on stream. It looked okay, so I didn't know that. Right, okay, so that's why. In terms of the rest of the race, though, 1 minute you weren't there, then you looked and you were right up there. You were fighting for podiums. You obviously had to make a couple of overtakes on the pole sitter Sander, and you had a couple of battles with Reese and Ryan Clemson. How was that for you?
Yeah, I was just because of Imola, it's a hard track to overtake at. So I was just watching of people doing errors. So Sander got off track, and I overtook him. Ryan did a small error, lost DRS, and I just overtook him on the straight. Wasn't anything crazy like a dive bomb or push to pass. So kept it clean all race, and yeah.
Yeah, you absolutely did, Mirko. It was such a great race, and you well deserved driver of the day. A phenomenal result, another podium, and another notch in your title campaign. So well done, mate.
Thank you.
Cheers, Mirko. So there you have it. That's your driver of the day and your podium sitter. We move on to your P2 driver. Deadly, how are you, mate? And just talk us through that race. What a Grand Prix. Very unlucky as well.
Yeah, I'm good. Well, I was surprised to even be starting P4, let alone finish P2 in the end.
Mate, it was unbelievable driving. You were so good and you did so well to keep hold of it. And when you went onto that last lap, you had more battery than Reese, but that DRS just killed you right on the line.
Yeah, I took the inside line, but Reece just stormed it around the outside, absolutely demolished me. But happy with P2, to be honest.
Mate, I'd be buzzing with P2, and it was such a good battle on track. You made some really good overtakes as well. You had some decent battles with everybody. Were you happy with the way the race went throughout?
Yeah, I didn't really have a problem with anyone. Luckily, I never got a penalty in the end, so it could have been 0-0. But other than that, pretty solid race.
Yeah, you were definitely up there for driver of the day contention if bloody Merck hadn't have come from 18th. But it was just such a
Yeah.
good drive. Obviously you've got the championship as well. It's so closely matched, and a P2 when you get 25 points can really bring you into it. Are you looking at the championship and thinking, you're on 38 points at the moment as it stands. So that's obviously you've not had a good start, but would you be looking at the rest of the season now that just sort of head spear in the way?
It'll be a very tough task, but to be honest, like last week I was in Mexico, I pretty much bottom of the barrel, and then this week I'm up there, but I don't really know how my pace is going to fare out for the rest of the season.
Well, if it's anything like Imola, you will be absolutely there at the end of the season. You have drove an incredible race. You've been getting better and better every time I watch you. So well done on a brilliant P2 and a great drive, mate.
Thank you very much, and thanks for the commentary.
Cheers, Deadly. Well, there you have it. We are moving on to your race winner once again, the season 10 world champion, Reese. How was that one, mate?
Yeah, I certainly made it difficult for myself.
Yeah, you definitely did. And obviously, not on pole position, you're not used to that, but you still made it work and you still ended up number one spot.
Yeah, I mean, going into Q3, obviously invalidated my first lap, so didn't really have much of a delta going into Sector 2 and Sector 3. I was just going off sort of instinct. Um, but I didn't know how quick the rest of the boys were going to be, so I was happy to take P2. And normally P2 is better to start on that side for the race start, but I bottled my little formation lap grid slot. Um, so yeah, I ended up falling down to P3, which is typical me, but yeah.
Yeah, I seen that at the start as well, Reese. You obviously got that DSQ right at the start, so then um, it was Sander that was pointing over to the right hand side and just to try and block you off straight away. And then you ended up down at P5 at one point, and you just sort of battled your way back through, just overtaking everybody right to the end. Just near the end, did you know you was going to end up overtaking Deadly on that last lap?
Well, I mean, yeah, well, reason I lost positions, I mean, epic on the start finish straight on the first lap. I got flashbacks to realistic last season. I literally had to catch my car sideways. Um,
Oh wow.
yeah, and then yeah, I made a very silly mistake. I drove on the grass and then that made me go down to P5 and I knew Ryan was incredibly low on wings, so um, I knew it was going to be such a difficult task to overtake him. But I mean, the safety car sort of helped me out, got in front of him for that. Um, I thought I had an outside chance. I wasn't too confident, but because obviously you can't overtake it, Imola, really. And then Sander went on the grass with Deadly. I'm not sure what happened there. And yeah, just lined Deadly up for about 7 laps, just stood behind him, cause, and then yeah, picked him a moment on the last lap. Fair play to Deadly. It's not often that you see people giving space around the outside of turn one, and I couldn't praise him any further because he's done amazing today.
Yeah, it was such a great battle, and it was so good to watch you go wheel to wheel on that very last lap, and that's how racing should be. It was so good to watch. Um, you are now on 107 points. You're the championship leader. You've got Mirko behind you on 95, which is 12 points behind, and then you've got Cars on 76, Epic on 75, and Ryan Clemenson on 74. So you've took a nice grip of your second World Championship campaign, should we say? So it's quite confident. This is your third podium in your second race win uh, out of the four races. Are you eyeing up another championship?
Yeah, mate, 100%. I mean, I was going for 100% pole rate this season, but obviously the Ferrari had to sort of get rid of that. I think I would have been on the podium last week, but obviously things happen. But it's just I learned last season with this point system, you got to stay consistent. As long as you're finishing in them sort of top five positions every race, you'll be within a shout. But yeah, from now it's just gonna be sort of me focusing on Mirko, like where's Mirko? Got to beat Mirko today, you know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. No, you're absolutely right. The new point system it just brings in it's so competitive now. It brings everybody a lot closer. It prioritizes consistency.
Yeah, complements
Um,
consistency.
Yeah, exactly that. And you are leading the Drivers' Championship by 12 points. You are leading the Constructors by 4 points in front of Sauber. So it's a very tasty championship, and I can't wait to see what comes throughout the season. But an amazing performance once again. A great race win on the very last lap. So well done on a brilliant performance, mate.
Yeah, cheers for comms, Nathan, and well done to Mirko and Deadly as well.
Cheers, Reese. Take it easy, mate.
You too.
There you have it, your race winner, Reese, once again, the second time this season, putting it on the top spot and his third podium of the season. What a result, what a race, what a weekend. We are going to be back in 2 weeks' time for Barcelona. I'm sorry for all the notifications you can hear as well on Discord. I do apologize. But yeah, thank you all so much for tuning in, watching, and supporting us as you always do. We will see you back in 2 weeks' time for the Spanish Grand Prix. Until then, have a great week, have a great weekend, and have a great break. Thank you, everybody.